Crime cannot be tolerated. Criminals thrive on the indulgence of society's understanding.
Democrats have essentially taken the stance that they are a pro-crime party. So whether you're talking about wide open borders or no cash bail or being lenient on criminals, the end result is the same. More crime, which means less safe communities. And of course, this has been put on full display with Donald Trump tamping down in Washington, D.C. and showing exactly what could happen when you actually allow the police to do their job. And that's exactly what's being discussed today over in the House, with Brandon Gill destroying a House Democrat on this exact same issue. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
Crime in D.C. over the last few years has actually been going down. And quite frankly, the idea that we're now going to put middle schoolers in prison, this should be called the Middle Schoolers for Prison Act, is inhumane and shameful. We can all agree that crime should be taken on, that D.C. and other cities we want to make safer. But this idea that we're going to penalize children in middle school at the age of 14 and put them in prison is irresponsible and, quite frankly, it's un-American. I want to remind my colleagues that at this moment, what we're doing right now is stripping 700,000 residents who have come together in D.C. to create laws, to bring community together, to fight for statehood and representation. We're going to strip them from their ability to manage their own city. These efforts do nothing to reduce crime or improve public safety. And once again, I know that the president is obsessed with Washington, D.C. He's obsessed with its local laws. I ask him once again, he should step down as president and run for mayor if he's so interested. Let's not put 14-year-olds in prison. And with that, I have no more speakers, and I'm prepared to close.
Mr. Speaker, in 2021, Uber Eats driver Mohammed Anwar was murdered in D.C. during a carjacking by two teenage girls. One of the criminals was 15 years old. She was convicted of felony murder, and she was given a maximum sentence under D.C. law, and she'll be free when she turns 21 years old. That's 6 years for murder, for taking a father away from his family. This bill ensures that that travesty of justice never happens again. Mr. Speaker, the reality of crime in D.C. is bleak. D.C.'s homicide rate in 2024 was 27.3 per 100,000. That is the fourth highest in our nation. In the first 6 months of 2025 alone, juveniles in D.C. were arrested 900 times. And many of those arrests were for repeat violent offenders. Around 200 juveniles arrested for violent crimes in 2024 had prior violent crime arrests. Mr. Speaker, this isn't rehabilitation. This is a revolving door of crime that the left has created in this city. Meanwhile, the D.C. City Council passed reforms to weaken policing and reduce penalties for carjacking and robbery. They're choosing, as a matter of policy, criminals over innocent Americans. Mr. Speaker, we hear from the other side of the aisle that locking up criminals by some weird, bizarre logic increases crime. The reality, which we all know because it is self-evident, is that when a criminal is in jail, they are by definition not committing crimes on our streets and not terrorizing innocent Americans. We're told that if we care about public safety, we shouldn't put criminals in prison. Mr. Speaker, this is insane, and they know it, and the American people know it. If we want to live in a law-abiding society, we have to get these violent, ruthless offenders off of our streets. That's what Republicans are doing, and that's what Democrats on the other side of the aisle are fighting right now. Mr. Speaker, this legislation lowers the age for transfer to adult court from 16 to 14 for the most heinous crimes. We're talking about murder, first-degree sexual assault, armed robbery, and burglary. It expands the cases that can be tried by the U.S. Attorney's Office, ensuring that woke, weird prosecutors like DC Attorney General Brian Schwab can't let violent offenders slip through the cracks. It sends a simple message. Democrats may tolerate crime, but Republicans do not. Mr. Speaker, every American should be able to walk down our streets without fear of being murdered or raped or having their car broken into. Every parent should be able to put their child to bed without wondering if their home is going to be broken into.
I yield another minute to the gentleman from Texas.
This bill restores order and common sense to the laws of our nation's capital. The American people, every visitor in D.C. as well, deserves nothing less.
So this is something I've been saying for a long time now, right? The Democrats care more about the criminals who commit the crimes than the victims of those crimes. Instead, what do they care about? Oh, rehabilitating criminals. We have to make sure that we're not prosecuting or persecuting the people who actually are hurting our communities and murdering our citizens. Okay, that's what they really care about. But of course, what's their big argument? Oh, the crime has been falling. And as I pointed out before on this channel, since 2015, since Muriel Bowser was elected mayor of DC, what has happened? Crime has skyrocketed, 78% for murders, 300% for violent crimes, 500% for carjackings, right? Crime has skyrocketed in that city, and it can all be traced back to, you guessed it, lax crime laws. Okay, because what are we actually talking about here? The bill in DC that was passed that said that, hey, if you're of the age of 14 and up, you are going to be treated as an adult if you commit the most heinous crimes possible, all of which were listed by Brandon Gill. But the Democrat rep from California, Robert Garcia, what's he going to say? Oh, none of these policing measures that Donald Trump has enacted have been effective. Yeah, have you not been paying attention? Right? Overall, violent crime is down nearly 50% according to CBS. Okay, so not exactly a Trump ally network. But of course, this is just evidence that backs up what we already know to be true. If you lock up criminals, then guess what? Crime goes down. If you enforce laws that are on the books already, guess what? Crime goes down. And if you get rid of horrible laws like allowing someone who's beyond the age of 21 to still be treated as a juvenile offender, then guess what? Crime is going to go down. But of course, the modern day Democrats are going to take the exact opposite position of common sense, which is what their party has basically turned into. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.